Hi there. I'm making this quick video on the new moon in Pisces. The new moon in Pisces, in Sidereal Pisces, marks the beginning of the new cycle. The day after this new moon also marks the beginning of Navaratri, the 9 nights of divine goddess. This Navratri is also called Vasanta Navratri or Spring Navratri. Uh, Navratri is actually celebrated twice a year. Navratri celebrated in autumn, also called as Sharad Navrati, occurs after the new moon in Virgo, which is directly opposite the new moon in Pisces, the one that we are having right now. It's important to note that Vasant Navratri, which is this Navratri, the 9 nights, culminates with Ram Navami, which is the birth of Lord Rama on the 9th night. Autumn Navratri or Sharad Navratri, which falls in September, October, um, actually culminates with Dusshera, the 10th night, uh, which marks the death of Ravana, also anti-Rama. It is very interesting to see that both the Navratris that occur in spring and in fall or autumn are somehow related to the tales of Rama. Um, why Rama? Rama is the embodiment of sun or the solar energy. Hence, this is also a really good time to go within and connect with your own inner power, your own inner sun. Indians generally fast. They do full fasting or they do intermittent fasting during Navratri. Um, and it seems like they attempt to cleanse or activate their solar plexus, which is where the fire in your body resides, the third chakra. The solar plexus, as you know, comprises of all the digestive organs, but also of the liver, which cleans the blood of all the toxins, the spleen, which kills all the pathogens in the body by programming the immune system, and the pancreas, which is the endocrine organ responsible for maintaining the levels of fuel, which is glucose in the blood. Through these 9 days, we actually celebrate the 9 evolving forms of the goddess. On the first night, we celebrate the goddess in the form of Shailaputri, which literally translates to the daughter of the mountain, wherein the goddess is celebrated as a young maiden, or Parvati. On the second day, we celebrate her as Brahmacharini, wherein she performs a lot of penance or tapasya um, to marry her husband Shiva, to gain the favors of Lord Shiva and marry him. Then we actually worship her as a fertile form called Kushmanda. Uh, then she evolves. The next, she evolves as the mother, Skandamata, mother of Lord Kartikeya. Then and then she transforms into Katyayani and Kalaratri, which are the fierce forms of the goddess. And then as Mahagauri, which Mahagauri or Gauri is the embodiment of the fierce as well as the delicate forms of the goddess together in one form. And on the last night, the 9th night, we actually celebrate her as the one with the highest wisdom called Siddhi Dharti. So as the fetus evolves in the womb for 9 months, these different forms of goddesses evolve within us through these 9 nights. And it's a great opportunity to connect with each of these forms or allegories as metaphors attached to each of these forms to invoke those energies within us. If you think about the light and the energy that we get from the sun, it is intangible, it is formless, but when it hits the earth, it takes form. It takes form in the form of animals, plants, mountains, rivers. Everything on this planet has the solar energy stored in it in one way or the other. Similarly, Shakti, or the goddess, takes all the forms in nature, yet she remains formless and intangible. The chaos and confusion that we are all experiencing around this time with the pandemic of COVID-19 uh, is also the chaos, the confusion and struggle of COVID-19 has actually brought the world to a standstill. The authorities are actually deciding between saving lives or saving livelihoods. It's a very difficult time where the entire world is on a lockdown and a lot of frustration is building within people. It is also a really good time to direct these frustrations inwards instead of directing them outwards. We are supported by Mars, exalted Mars, and Saturn in the sign of Capricorn. We have Venus in Aries, and we have Jupiter in Sagittarius. These are all placements where the planets are urged to take an action. But this action, instead of being an external action, needs to be an internal action. Mars in Capricorn and Jupiter in Sagittarius both are right now aspecting, as this new moon is going on, they're aspecting Venus in Aries. Through these 9 nights of Navaratri, Venus is going to switch signs from Aries to Taurus, where it will be grounded more in the earthly structures, the structures of the world. We should expect some concrete answers to come by then. Around the same time, Jupiter is going to move into Capricorn, and it will continue to give its 5th aspect to Venus in Taurus, bestowing its grace upon Venus. But this new moon is actually reminding us that once we take the action, whether it is doing our own internal sadhana, serving the community, serving our loved ones, doing our yoga, meditation, taking care of the food we eat, we really need to let go and surrender. The situation is so chaotic and things are so out of our control. Instead of trying to micromanage and control everything, it is time to just let go and surrender and trust. Also, it's a great time to ask deeper internal questions as it pertains to our connection with others, because right now social distancing has been enforced upon the world. So it's a great time to ponder upon our relationships with others. It's a great time to ponder our relationships with our own selves and also the animals around us. We need to start asking questions about, do we need to consume these animals? How important they are in our ecosystem? How important are these animals in providing us energy? Can we do without consuming them? If we consume them, how do we consciously consume them? If we are domesticating and farming these animals, how do we humanely farm these animals? There are several of these questions that have come up and this whole COVID-19 pandemic has brought up, there is no right or wrong answer, and there is no one way of doing things. However, each one of us have to ask these questions to ourselves and look within and do something that is true to our own inner nature. After you have done it all, you have questioned yourself, you have introspected, you have done your practices, you have cleaned up your diet. After you have done it all, it is time to let go and surrender while realigning with the little things that bring you joy on a daily basis. I wish you all the love and light. Thank you.